your host, Beth Ann.
And I welcome you today to CSC Talk Radio. It's my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to be here with you today. You know, I'm looking through the headlines. I've been looking through them all morning and most of the evening. I watched the news, and I gleaned through news articles then while I was watching the news and listening to them shout at one another. And what I want is for you to get riled up. Not shooting mad, but you need to be an activist for liberty. Are you willing to do that? Yeah, I made a shout out yesterday to the suburban mamas out there. They've kind of got a bad rep. Everybody says they hate President Donald Trump for this or for that. But they need to stop and think and not go on emotions. Think about the Constitution. Think about the Bill of Rights. Think about your children's future. So let's just look at the headlines. If that's all we saw, just look at the headlines and think about the abuse, the obstruction, the mishandling of your money. And I don't know about you, but sacrificing for them is getting mighty old. Here's a title. Abortionist defends killing babies. She says a fetus needs permission to reside in the uterus. That's to have permission. President Barack Obama said Trump's nationalism is not pride in country, but it's hatred for somebody on the other side of the border. Well, that's ridiculous. But let's go on. Here's another title. The Clintons play to a half-empty arena, and the tickets were only $6.55. Jerome Corsi, he fed Trump's legal team info on Mueller's probe. Blacklisted feminist, saying men aren't women, which used to be banal. You know, it's just kind of a blasé, whatever. But today it's heresy. So she was banned from Twitter. Senator Lindsey Graham and several others are going to withhold any key vote until the CIA briefs the Senate on Khashoggi's, I can't ever say his name, murder. And this one's priceless. This one came in yesterday evening. Before I left the office, Democrats have nominated Pelosi for Speaker. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And this one kind of got me riled in a good way. Well, maybe not. I don't know if it's a good way. But President Trump totally willing to shut down the government over the border wall fight. The DOJ is to appeal the federal judge's decision to halt Trump's asylum policy. And my curiosity got the best of me, so I did a little search last night on what is the special counsel with Robert Mueller costing we the people. And I say, shut the government down. We're broke. Congress keeps spending. Congress keeps getting rich. Congress is the reason we have an economic problem. They're the reason we have a job problem. Caravans of people, they're the reason the caravan of people are coming into this nation without permission and avoiding the procedures put in place for them. Because we have laws and we have a way for them to come in and grab asylum or ask for asylum. Congress itself deserves to be shut down. Congress deserves to lose their pay. Congress, many deserve to be locked up, but we'll go down that road another day. And by the way, I love the red Christmas trees that Melania has decorated in the White House. And I love the other Christmas trees she has in there. The least of my worries at night are how the White House is decorated for Christmas. But the mainstream media and others would rather ridicule Melania. Now, I truly paid no attention to this even during Michelle's time of decorating. That's not a big deal to me. I mean, it's just something they do. It's what they do in it's their house now. I decorate my house. They decorate their house. They have a little bit more money to spend, a little more help putting up the decorations. But I really did like the red trees. I just thought they were classy. But to sit there and ridicule that and make that a topic of the news, give me a break. We won't make it through all these topics today, but you need to know this insanity is a diversion to the real problems. The problems here at home. The problems at your home. The problems that might actually affect how you decorate your house at Christmas. Now, as we were going through those topics, one of them was about the federal judges. And I wanted to look at that just a little bit here. Federal judges, and I thought I was correct on this, but I looked it up to make sure. Federal judges. It says here there are currently 865 federal judges in the U.S., plus 9 U.S. Supreme Court judges. While most judges are elected at the local level, now we've all gone to the polls when we have elections and we vote on a judge here or there. All federal judges are appointed. All federal judges follow the same appointment process. The U.S. President formally nominates a candidate to an open judgeship. And then, of course, Congress has a big fight over it. You know, they're going to argue about it. So these federal judges, and I'm going to get that article out here real quick. These federal judges that are trying to block, restrict the President of the United States are not elected by you. So they're not really representing you in a direct way. Here it is. The DOJ is to appeal the federal judge's decision to halt Trump's asylum policy. This federal judge issued a restraining order. A federal judge issued a restraining order on the President of the United States in regards to the change in asylum policy. Well, he didn't really change it. He's just enforcing it. We don't need new laws for immigration. We need to enforce the laws that are there. And because they are not and have not for a long time, whether it was Barack Obama or President Barack Obama or President Bush, that's why we have the invasion. Because if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Same as the kids at home. If you let them get away with this, they're going to try to get away with a little bit more the next time. So if you'll remember, we go back to the article that I shared with you a few months back by Jack Minzy about a civil war. He mentioned the courts. He mentioned the judges. And I think that's what we're seeing today. But we're going into a break. I can hear the music. Your calls are welcome. Keep it on task, one of those topics that I threw out there. 877-895-5410 is the number to call. That's 877-895-5410, and we will be right back.